So this is my 2020 doll recap. If you hear weird noises in the background, I'm sorry. I have a bunch of dogs. I have some French bulldogs. I make a lot of weird sounds. This is my very first video ever, so please be kind. I'm kind of an older lady who could be more tech savvy than she is, so sorry if it's kind of off or whatever. I'm going to try to keep the doll descriptions pretty brief. This is my second go at this, and the first time I think I was over explaining things and then I forgot stuff, and I think this video is just supposed to be about who you wound up with at the end of the year. This is my Vampire Peaks Woods Goldie. She was my very first Peaks Woods doll. She has the default face up. My other Peaks Woods lady in here is the limited edition Vampire Elf Tristan. I got her secondhand. That's where I got Goldie directly from Peaks Woods. She has a sugar and mousse face up tattoo, and her hands are blushed. And she has the red eyes, which are really pretty. They came with her. The wig and the eyes came with her, and I just left them in. So, and then this is my Wonderfully Wicked Racemi. I got her. She actually came into the house in 2020, as opposed to my other two Peaks Woods girls, which I've had for quite a bit longer. The Goldie I've had for a very long time. She is my favorite, maybe doll period, but certainly my favorite Peaks Woods. I just recently found her Wonderfully Wicked default outfit, which is why she's naked. She won't keep her zombie llama hat. It's just hanging out with her. She's the blue gray resin, and my Vampire Goldie is the white skin. And so then the Tristan is that limited gray that they did. So, and then I also have my Peaks Woods Mona, who also I bought in 2019. She was on layaway, a long layaway, but she came into the house in 2020. She's their lilac kind of purple pink color. I really love her too. She also has a company face up. This is my purple gray Lily Cat Elena. Elena is my favorite sculpt of Lily Cats, and I like her old style the loon body better than the newer body. Though I didn't get anything with the purple turquoise Elena order because it was on the plum body. I kind of regret it now. I might try to pick up purple Elena. I actually had 2 opportunities to get one, but I just did not have... I had almost no doll money this year. That's pretty much the bottom line on it. So I did not buy a lot of dolls. I sent a lot of dolls out for face-ups. I got wigs, but I didn't buy a lot of dolls. But like the other 3 dolls that I just showed you, she was on layaway in 2019 and actually came to the house in 2020. So I guess she would be a new for 2020 doll. She's really pretty. She has default face up. I actually had planned to wipe it and get a custom face up, but Rachel's face ups are really pretty, and so I kept it. These are, I only have 4 floating heads now, and these are 2 of them. One is my Doll in Mind, I would say Benicia, but I think Benetia, but I think it's wrong. This is the SD sized one. And my daughter, for my birthday, I think it's Miradol, is having a sale, and she's going to get me the body. I already have a Miradol body. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I don't do anything with my dolls. I get them like designed and painted and done the way I want to, and then they just sit in their cases and look pretty, and I have my cases in the living room by the TV, so a lot of times when I'm watching TV, I'm actually looking at my dolls. I do not remember the artist who did her face up. I will look it up. I want to do like individual introduction to the dolls at some point because my collection isn't so huge that that's impossible. So I'll look it up, but she was a private artist that did her for me. I think she came out really nice. She's supposed to be like a flipped image of her sister, who you'll see in the other case. Yeah, she's going to be really pretty. This is my Fairyland Halloween event, the carved head. Valashenka, I believe is her name, did her face up, which is mind-blowingly beautiful. I cannot wait to finish her. Let me see if she's in the way there. And she's just beautiful. Like, she's just such a beautiful doll. I have everything for her except for body. And then Fairyland decided to discontinue their 60-sized bodies. So I'm going to try to find a second-hand one maybe, or something else. But she's just such a pretty, pretty doll. My living room is all Sugar Skull girls. So she's really high on my list of, I'm just really happy with her. So for my second shelf, and this one, I'm going to turn the light on because there's no light down there. So these are, mostly my Loots are down here. This is my very first doll ever. She's my Vampire Dark Elf Sue. Her face up, body blushing, everything was done by Evan Starr. This is my normal skin Vampire Dark Elf Sue. Her head is off, being painted by Ludus. So that's how she looks. I think she's on a newer body. It's hard to tell. Like, this is obviously an original body. This doll came whole. I've had her for 15 or 16 years. So I think she's a beauty white. But she did not, I don't think she went beauty green on me. I don't know. Like, I don't see it. And then this is a normal skin. And I had bought the head a long time ago, and then I recently got this body. In fact, I think this body just came into my house this year. And it looks newer to me. I can't remember if I had to bust off that key, which makes it a Fairyland and not a Lutz body. But I think I did with her. This is my Lutz Vampire Elf Lishi. She has a face up by Illness Illusion. She has an older body. I got the head. She was a grail of mine. She's a normal skin a long time ago. And then I just got this. She only had this body. It's only been like a whole doll for maybe 2 years. It was an older body to begin with. And it really needs to be restrung. Like, she can't really stand without the stand. Same for her. Probably these two bodies are about the same age. So I also have, that goes in that spot there, which is kind of pointless to show you. But I found a white-skinned Lutz Vampire Lishi, and she's an Illness Illusion being completely redone, like she's being restrung, she's being cleaned, she's getting a face up. So I'm pretty excited to get her. I had wanted white skin. I prefer white skin. Like, I have a lot of normal skin dolls because apparently I'm the only person on earth that prefers white skin. I prefer white skin in fantasy colors. But a lot of people, when a sculpt is bought, seem to get normal skin, and then when I get them on the secondary market, I wind up with normal skin. So I was really excited to find a white skin. This is my SQ Labs body. My SQ Labs head is with Illness Illusion being painted. They were not bought together. I just got this body. It was such a good price. I couldn't pass it up. It really needs to be restrung. I swear the arms are on like the wrong way. I think I must have done it to it when I got here. But I really love the body. I would buy more of these. I'm a real big fan of it. The character is going to be my Crazy Alice. So I'm pretty excited to see her all together. This is my Fairyland Vampire Lucy Wynn. Her face up is by Pepstar's World. She's amazing. This body is a Doll Zone. And I want to say it's in 98, like they have them numbered. I really love it. I love the resin. I love the body. This body is going to go for my head as Hoblad. I mean, obviously it's not the right color for Lucy Wynn. But since people decided to discontinue the 60s, I may just buy another one of these for her because Lucy Wynn has kind of a small SD head. And it goes really well on this body. So I don't know. We'll see. Because I put her on the SQ Labs body just to see. And it was kind of pinheady looking. So we'll see with that. What I decide to do with that one. And then let me take you guys over to my other case. I have two cases. I have a third one coming, which will be bigger than both of these. The corner case, it's pretty huge. And so I'll be moving dolls around. But I actually have 2 other cases in my back bedroom, but I don't like my Baldwin dolls to be anywhere where I can't see them all the time, so I put other things in those cases and condensed them all to these. I like them to be in the living room. So, but this is my with doll Vera. I got her kind of on a whim at the end of last year, so she came into my house this year. She was on layaway. She has a face up by a Ludus. She came out stunning. I had wanted her for a while. Sugar Glow Lights, Amy Gorbinski messaged me and said, you know, they're for sale again. Did you want to do a split? Because she wanted the jacket and the sword. And initially I was going to keep the sword, but then I thought, you know, it's just a thing that I'll have to worry about falling all the time. So I sold her both of those. And that was a great split. And I'm really happy because I probably wouldn't have got her if Amy didn't want part of it. And I love her to death. I think she is amazing. I think she came out amazing. She's just a beautiful doll. This is my doll in mind, Cassia. Her face up was done by Apple Jazz or Remix or Apple Jazz. I think those are both her names. It's just where you find her at. She came out really nice. These were dolls I was really on the fence about. I really only collect non-human dolls. So I do vampires, elves, and demons, which is a nice loophole because if I find a human doll, I like, hey, if I buy some horns, it's a demon. But these guys have kind of baby faces. There's the sister head is in the other case. They're sort of reversed images of each other. You'll see when they're all done, I guess. But I did wind up really liking her. I liked the way she came together. This is the Mirrodell body that I had bought for her. And I like the bodies. I don't do a lot of posing, so they don't have to do anything spectacular. I think the big bust fills out clothes better. The only thing I hate about these dolls is their hands. Like, I would love to find another hand I could put on. I just don't. They're so ugly. Anyway, this is... I'm going to take the light off on her because I noticed... I can't really see her. Okay, so we're not going to do that. I'm trying to figure out a way, because she's really white skin and the light really, really washes her out. This is a Dalmore Eve. She was limited to 5 or 10 dolls. I got her when my daughter was like 5 or 6, and I told my mom, this doll's coming in. When it gets here, I'm going to give it to you to wrap, and Taylor can give her to me for Christmas. So my daughter was so proud of her for years. My daughter's 21 now, by the way. Was so proud of this doll. She had bought her mom, like anybody that came over, she had to show them the doll she bought her mom. So this doll's super special to me. I would never, ever, ever part with her. Illness did her face up and tattoos. She also did her... It's really hard to see with this light, and I don't have enough light in the living room to really turn it off. But she did a manicure for her where she actually scraped her hands back to make fingernails, because back in the day we didn't have that. There wasn't nailed hands. It's really hard to see with this light, and since it's like 7 o'clock here, even with the light on here, it's not enough light. But she's a super incredible doll. She's in her default outfit. She did come with little head wings that I sold, and then Illness painted these horns to match her. And I really like her. And so this is my Rosendo of Japan area elf. This company made 2 dolls. They made her and a human boy, and then they went under, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not surprised. This doll never in her life had any hope of ever standing. She has teeny tiny feet. She's super heavy. Like, whatever resin they used weighs like a million pounds. I think you can kind of see there. You see the little dots on her boob. Those are pits. So they had bubbling in the resin, which made pits. The lady I bought her from was very upfront about all of her flaws, and I got her anyway because her face she's so different. I've never seen another one. There's probably not too many still surviving. They're strung or jointed weird. She reminds me of a marionette. Like, her joints are clunky and odd. And like I said, she weighs like a ton. Like, I don't know. I don't know what this company was thinking. I think they were thinking, oh, we're going to jump on because back then Volks was the doll to have. You had to have a Japanese Volks doll. You weren't really a ball jointed doll collector. So I don't know if they were trying to cash in on that or what, but they didn't do a super great job. Her face up is from Pep Star's World, but it's one of her older style face ups, so that's kind of neat. It doesn't look very much like what she does now, so it's a little dated, but I just like it. I don't know. It's got kind of nostalgia for me because it's so kind of her old style and all of that. So this is my Resin Soul May. I bought her on a whim. She's in dark gray. When I was super broke and I hadn't been doing any doll stuff because I didn't have any money, and she was very cheap. I got her secondhand on DIY, and I want to say I paid like $150 for her. She is my Nyx, the goddess of the night sky. She's all painted up by illness, and she came out amazing. I am not a huge fan of Resin Souls, like kind of narrow bodies, but I will say these dolls customize like crazy, and they come in so many different colors. I'm a fan of the company. Like, I have nothing against them. Some people don't like them. I think that they're pretty awesome. I actually had planned to buy a whole bunch when I got her because I was so impressed with her, and I just haven't because there's been so many other projects that have come along. But I'm sorry, everybody's wigs are kind of crazy, but I figured it's very quiet right now. The dogs are asleep and nobody's home, so I was like, this is my only chance. So I'm doing it now. This is my Doll Leaves Leaf version 2. This, at the time, the company was called Doll & Doll. Is a very old head. The body is a newer, I'm going to say it's a Feeple Leashy body because I had to bust the head key off to get her head to go on it. She was a head in a box for probably a decade. So it's really cool for me to see her as a whole doll. She's only been a whole doll since like 2018, 2019. I got these eyes in 2019. So it must be 2019 when she was a full doll. When I went to the Pacific Northwest Ball Jointed Doll Convention. These are hand-painted porcelain eyes by Turtle Child Studio, and they're really breathtaking. I am hoping, I was going to go to Resin Rose this year, and of course, I didn't, but when I go next year, I'm hoping that she's there because I would love to get some more of those eyes. My battery's blinking at me, so I'm going to try to hurry this along. This is my spirit doll, Daffodil. She's the second doll I ever bought. She wasn't the second doll I received, but she was the second doll I bought. It was a custom batch to get the gray. The gray was new and super exciting then. She was my first 65 centimeter, which I got on accident. So that's why I have 65 centimeter dolls. This is my Vesuvia. She's my newest 65 centimeter. I was going to sell her, but she came together so nice. In fact, she's really renewed my interest in 65 centimeter dolls. And since I'm getting the bigger case, I might get more. Her horns are from synthetic Firmia, which she really does amazing horns because unlike her horns, which are assumed Coopered horns, and are resin and are very heavy, synthetic Firmia uses a material that's very light, and so the magnets can hold them up really well. So I'm super impressed with them. This is my Soon Beryl, who was a Grail doll for me. This face up she came with, and I don't remember the artist's name, I'm sorry. She was a Russian artist. Part of the reason I bought her, I was looking at several at the time, it was because of this face up. She's just so pretty. It's one of my favorite dolls. And she's, she's very together. She's a really beautiful doll. This is my Fairy Queen Tatiana, who is a spirit doll Frisia. She has a slightly modded mouth to be smirking. You can't really see it with this face up. Her face up is by Freya's Face Ups. It's a work of art. It's not quite what I had wanted for the doll, but when she was done with it, it was so pretty. I just couldn't tell her to start over. This doll is just, she was a pain to get together. Like, she hated a lot of things I did, but she came together so nice. So I'm going to do a 2021 goals video at some point, see how this goes. But because my battery's giving me warnings, I'm going to cut it kind of short. That's my group right now. I do have a Pasha Pasha body coming. My Pasha Pasha thirst is at illnesses. The SQ Labs Renka is at illnesses. The entire white skin Lutz Vampire Lishi is at illnesses. The head of Hoblads is at illnesses. I've got the Vides with a Ludus. I have my doll Chateau Lillian with the unicorn horn, who's going to be my Lady Amalthea. She's with Nocturne Dolls. And then I have my doll Leaves Aria, who will be my Record of Lotus Rose Pyrotess, is getting her ears extended. And I forget the lady's name that's doing those. She's on Instagram. But I'll look it up whenever I do more detailed kind of one-on-ones with the dolls. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great year. I hope this video wasn't terrible. Hopefully I'll improve as time goes on. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.